story today.
What's up, y'all? And I'm back again. Y'all ready for part 2? Stop. He's a dick. Anyways, y'all ready for part 2? Well, not part 2, but story 2. Stay tuned. And I'm coming back with a story time, y'all. So what's up, y'all? My husband tried to ruin my intro. Just finished cooking a little slight dinner. We're trying these out right now. Sweet Asian style with some white rice, and I'm gonna get my hot sauce in a second. And when I get back over there, I'm gonna set up the camera so that I can do the story time. Like I told you before, sometimes my husband's gonna be sitting in on the videos with me just to like give me some support or whatever, I guess you could say. But this story time video is gonna be a mukbang style. I'm gonna tell you guys the story time, and this story is going to be about my godfather. I'm not gonna use his real name. I'm gonna have to find a name that I want to call him for the story time. But this is part 2. Well, story 2, as into the added on issues of this broken little girl that became a broken woman. So yeah, I gotta fix our food, and then I'll get back with you guys after the camera is set up and everything. What's up, guys? So I'm back. We just winding down because we just got off work or whatnot, and I just wanted to come and do story number 2 for you guys. Tonight we have the chicken with some rice. I did put some hot sauce and a little bit of soy sauce in here. Now I also mixed butter and a little bit of sugar up in here. So good. Let me try some of the chicken before I get into the story. That is tasty. Okay, so I haven't found a name for him. I'm gonna just call my godfather Vance. So Vance, as you can see, heavy in the back, crushing. Say hey, babe.
This is good.
So Vance has always been a great godfather to me. So basically, Vance stepped up while my uncle was away, which I should have did his story time first so you guys can understand. But so Vance stepped up to the plate. Even though my uncle being gone really impacted me, Van's story comes first because of the simple fact that it was a lot from when I got older. So I guess I can tell you just a little bit of my uncle's story instead of my godfather, because my uncle's story is going to be short, sweet. So I'm not going to use no name for my uncle. It's my mom's oldest brother. So because his story comes before Van, so I have to tell this part first. Okay. So I felt abandoned by my uncle because I was always with him. I had the latest shoes. I had the latest fur coats. I had the latest jackets. I was just always with him. I never knew why he would be gone for a numerous period of time. But then he'll just pop back up. And I always had a fear of him leaving. So everything was fine. He went away, to my knowledge, for a little bit. Then he came back. I remember it was my 5th birthday. He built me a swing set. And not even, I feel like it was the same year or the year after, I just felt like as a child that he put up this swing and then he's gone. And later on, when I came to understand, getting older, I found out he was incarcerated, which I was hurt because he promised that he wouldn't leave. So fast forward many years later, he got out. I was a teenager. I think I was like 14, 15 when he came home, and I was very rebellious. I was very angry. I didn't really want to talk to him. I was really attitude-ish, like talking smart type of thing. Like, no, you left. Now everything is changed because that you're back. I felt as if that he felt like time should have stopped. But I was very resentful and very angry. But now he's great. He got married. He got his head on straight. I'm so happy for his progress or his success in life. Do I wish we were a tad bit closer like we was? Yes, but as I'm grown now, so I have my own life, and I'm doing my own thing. So I understand, it's life. But do we have a better relationship now? Yes, because I've forgiven him. Because at the end of the day, people make bad choices, but as long as they learn from them, that's the best thing. So moving on. Vans came in the picture heavily when my uncle was gone, okay? So like I said, Vans is my godfather. So he was stepped up to the plate. So with the things that I was used to with my uncle doing, Vans was doing, taking me out to Chuck E. Cheese, riding me around, babysitting me, while my mom was at work and no other family member could keep me. He was there, you know what I'm saying? And everything was good when he was single. Let me just put it like that. When he was single, this was when all this stuff was happening. I don't know when he got with his wife or whatever, but I just remember slowly but surely Vans was going away. You know what I'm saying? Again. So I was like, dang, abandonment. Like, I felt like, geez, why he go away? I'm a child. I'm like 6 or 7 at this point. Mind you, at 6 or 7, I was going through the things with my biological father and from the first story time. So I was still trying to figure out, like, as a child, I'm putting all this adult pressure on myself. Like, what the world? What is going on? So finally, sorry, I'm going to be munching on my food. Sorry. Before I get cold. It's so good. So, his story time is probably going to be short because, like I said, he was just in and out too. You know what I'm saying? And for a long period of time, he was gone. So I think he got back in contact with my mother, like, I was like 15 or 16 maybe. Or maybe I was like, no, I had to be like 14, 15. Somewhere around there. I knew because I was in high school. And I was thinking about, at this particular time, I think I was like in 10th grade. Because I was thinking about graduating early. I knew I wasn't in middle school. So he had married. And he was just like, I want to get back in contact with you, this, that, and the third. He picked me up, and we went to his house. He had an amazing house. I was like, wow, I get to be a part of a whole nother family. You know what I'm saying? I felt accepted, and everything was everything. At this particular time, I think they only had the 2 oldest kids at the time, because I rarely remember their youngest child. But I remember the two oldest. I don't know if the third one was already born yet or what may have you, but I do remember the two oldest children. And I was just so happy to be a big sister. Mind you, at this time, I already knew about my little sister from my father. So I got a chance to be a big sister. You know, this was the family aspect that I've always wanted. And because I was his goddaughter and I was, first I looked at him as, the father figure. No, I didn't call him dad or anything. I called him goddad or whatever, but still it was the family aspect. And then I felt like his wife was like, she's a second mom. You know what I'm saying? And again, it feels like I got forgotten about when I tell you guys what happened. So everything was good. I was bonding with his wife in the kitchen. She was talking to me, but I could kind of get this vibe like she was skeptical of me. Later on, she added me on Facebook, and that's when things went downhill. And as a teenager, you're on Facebook, you're cursing, you're basically doing teenage stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're doing teenager crap. So, but I knew not to bring that around her children. I'm a respectable, at this particular time, I was a young adult. So I'm a respectable young adult. I'm not going to cuss in front of your children. I'm not going to do anything that will harm your children or be obscene to your children because I don't want to be that type of influence. I want to let them know, hey, if you learning something at school, you need to hear from like your parent or something. You shouldn't be relying on stuff at school. I'm that type of influence. That's the type of influence that I am. And that's what I wanted to be for her children. But because of what she's seen on my page, I was prejudged based upon that. And I received a message, or my mom received a message. I can't really remember. It was so long ago. But I remember either me or my mom received a message. And it stated that I could no longer be around her children. I could no longer come to her home. I can no longer be around. And, that's his wife. The rule stands. So, yet again, I was excluded from a life, basically. And it hurt pretty bad because, like I said, me and my goddad was pretty close. When I was pregnant, I went out on a limb and texted him. I did not know that whether or not his number had changed or whatever. I had texted him a few times before. I had texted him, told him I was married. I texted him and told him, my life changes. So when I had texted him and told him I was pregnant, I was like, yeah, I want you to meet my daughter and all that, all the luncheons and stuff and the promises. It never happened. So I just gotten to the point in my life from that situation that if you don't want to be a part of my life, I'm not going to make you. I was old enough to understand then, like, I'm over it. Why do I keep feeling like I'm rejected and I'm not doing anything? I didn't do anything to make her feel this way. You just seem this way because I posted a music video that had some obscene cursing in it, or I posted a rant or whatever. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter because at the time, I think really at the time I was really considered to be grown, technically. I think it was around the time where I had just graduated high school, to be honest. I graduated in 2012, so I was 16 when I graduated. So I was probably about 17 at this point that this all happened. And not in 10th grade, because for real, I remember my mom telling me, like, why does it matter? Because you're grown. So I had to have graduated high school by this point. So yeah, I'm like, what? Again, I'm sitting there like so confused. And after that message came about, like, I did rant, and I was just like, I'm just so sick. Like, why does it matter what I post on my page? I'm so sick and tired of people lurking on my page. Like, I went in, okay? And that probably pissed her off even more. But after that situation happened, I didn't hear from him. I didn't get no explanation. I didn't get him to call me or anything, which I was like, I put you in the same category as my biological father. Like, that's how I felt. I felt like, I understand you have your own life, and I felt like one of those kids that, you know, you have a father or a father figure or whatever, and they move on without you. That's how I felt. I felt like, oh yeah, I'm one of your children, but hey, because you got children of your own, you forgot about your godchild or whatever. After forming a bond with me, after being there for me for so long, and everything else, like, it was just a mess. So that is that story time about Vance. Have I talked to Vance to this day? No, I have not. Like I said, last time I text Vance, well, my godfather, last time I text him was when I was pregnant, when I told him I was pregnant. And after that, I kind of felt like I would be the one to have to keep up texting, just for somebody to keep in contact with me. And at this point in my life, I'm not doing that no more. I'm sorry. I need to heal from all of this negativity, all of these bad vibes, all of this anger and resentment and pain that I feel. I need to heal from all of that so I can be happy. Because with all this stuff bottled up inside, y'all, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with my current situation of where I am in my life. But I want to be happy. Like, I just want to be happy with me. So I feel like in order for me to be happy, I have to really release and really forgive. And y'all, when I'm telling you, when the story times are over, I'm really gonna sit down and talk to y'all about how I struggle with forgiveness. Like, y'all, obviously hearing these story times, y'all, I've held on to a lot of stuff. So that is my story time about Vance. This was like a 2-in-1 story time, because my uncle's story time, of course, is very short. But yeah, that was the most detrimental part of the story. Like, yes, my uncle did make me feel a type of way, but I've learned down the line, like, I can't beat myself up for that because I'm not the reason why he left. But I had to tell that story time to introduce Vance, because Vance was really there when my uncle wasn't. So it was real hard that I was coping with my uncle not being there through Vance. But when Vance dipped out on me, I was just like, dang, I wish I had my best friend. I wish I had my uncle, because my uncle was my best friend. You know what I'm saying? That was my ride or die. Okay? So hopefully one day, me and my ride or die, we can get back tight. We can, you know what I'm saying? But until then, like I said, I have to live life to its fullest, and I have to be happy with myself and be happy for me. So I will catch y'all in the next story time. I will catch y'all in story 3, y'all. Stay tuned for that. I love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the docuseries thus far. And I know you guys seem tired of seeing my husband eat in the background, but I'm about to go so he can watch football, y'all, because we're in the living room. Baby girl is sleeping right now, so this was the only chance I had to document, because I'm trying to keep up with the stories for you guys. But I'm going to get out of here, and deuces. I love you guys. Bye. You're not going to say bye?
Deuces.
Because you just sitting in the back looking real wild. All right, y'all. I'm for real this time. Bye.